What is up, you guys? Shawnee Cool here with a not so quick update video for the Camberg Kinetic trophy truck build I've been working on. I've been working on this for the last few days, the last couple of weeks, and it's been coming along pretty nicely. I got the cage built. I built this cage out of 3/16 wooden dowels, and I hot glued them together. And it looks pretty nice. Unlike the last cage I had, I used a body with this one. I made it to fit under the Proline Chevy Silverado 2009 Chevy Silverado 1500 body, and as you can see, it fits really nicely on here. I don't have the cage taped down to the chassis right now, so it's kind of lopsided a little bit, but yeah, it's gonna look something like this. And for this one, I'm gonna probably paint it black just to be a basher body, and then someday I'll do the actual replica of the Kinetic truck, the race truck number 6175, I believe. I'll do that someday after doing the whole build, but for now I'm just gonna have a basher body on it. Starting on the front end, this is the same /4x4 front end. I got it, since the last video, I got in caster blocks and steering blocks, and put in the stub axles and hooked up the wheels and tires. And then I put in some makeshift links. I had, one of them was from my last truck, and the other one was actually from some sway bars I had on the last truck. I'm gonna buy the actual /4x4 links soon, so that'll work better. And then for mocking up stages, I just have these Proline trenchers on here. Sorry, this is my little brother. But yeah, I just got these Proline trenchers on here. These will be also bashing tires, and then the tires I plan on having for making like skill videos of this truck, I will be the RC 4-wheel drive Dune XT tires on hopefully Proline Epic 2.2 B-Lock rims. There aren't many of those left. I don't think they're making them anymore, so I'm gonna have to hurry up and get those if I want them. But yeah, I'll talk a little bit more about the cage, and then I'll take it off, show you guys what's going on. On the front end, I actually did this front end earlier today. I put on this whole part right here, this whole section. Let's see. I had to modify the front cab area a little bit because I wanted it to fit under the body right, and I also like the angle right here where these guys hook up to the top. I don't want that to be too close to flat, or if I get like a hard impact on that roof, it could like dent in like that. Oops. Hold on. I don't want it to push inward, so I had to make that a pretty steep angle, like that. You can see, which meant I had to push this rod back a little bit. I had to tilt it just a bit, so I had a smaller angle there in between, right there. And so that works out pretty nicely. It's a little steeper than before. And then I put on this front end here. I made it come out straight out, and then I sloped it in right here. And I got this X, and then I'm probably gonna fab my own little this little bar right here. Traxxas makes one, but I'm not sure if it's weldable or not. I know it's aluminum, but it's anodized blue, so I don't think that's weldable on there. Yeah, and that hooks up with a screw right there, and it supports these guys. These are actually held in with little screws on the bottom, so they don't slide out or anything. And then right here on the actual thing, I'm gonna have a little piece of steel. Hopefully, I want to get something that's brushed, so it looks nice. It's gonna look like the real truck. Moving down on the cage right here, I don't know if you can see, but right here actually, like on the real truck, the bottom of the bottom floor pan is really narrow, and then the cage comes out like that. It comes out at a big angle and then goes up. I tried to do that a little bit here. I think I can go wider with the body I have. I want to get that look where it comes out. On this side though, I was able to actually do that better on this side than the other side. So I want to get it both symmetrical and come out at like angle probably a little bit more than this, so it looks good. Let's see. That's almost it for the cage. Oh, well, also, the camber design is they have the spare tires vertical like this. They sit in here just like that. And with the body on, it's kind of like that. I really like how that looks. It's just like a real truck almost. When I get this all done, it's going to look amazing. You guys, I'm so stoked to do this. But yeah, that's... I'm not sure if I want to keep like paddle tires back there, or just get another set of... another set of the RC 4-wheel drive Dune tires I was talking about. But that's going to look sweet. Yeah, I think that's it for the cage, so take this off really quick. For the cage mounting, I'm going to have 6 screws on the holding the cage to the main chassis, one right here, here, and then right here, 3 on each side, and then I'll have 2 or maybe 4 for the shocks, depends on if I do dual shocks or not, and then 2 up here for this is where the body mount will sit. This also is a little piece of cardboard right here. This will be steel also that I'll weld to the cage, and it'll tie in nicely to support the front end. And then one screw down here, this guy. And this comes off. And yeah, this is a bare chassis. I made this chassis a couple weeks ago. This one's thicker than the last one I had. It's also a lot narrower. I went as narrow as I could without trying to narrow the trailing arms, so I could get that effect out I was talking about a little bit earlier with the cage coming out. Yeah, all the electronics and everything are tucked in nicely. There's room for movement, so there's room for the wires and everything to go around in there. But it's nice and cozy. The motor mount is actually not going to be, if you can see, it's a little bit at an angle right here. It's actually not going to be like that. I'm going to have the motor sit horizontal because I want the center of gravity to be lower, and I'm going to have my battery sit right here, and I don't want the battery box to hit the pinion, and that would be bad. Yeah, it's going to sit right here. I'll be able to put it through the cab in the frame, on the cage I mean, put it through here, hook it up. That's going to be pretty nice, and also putting it down will help keep the center of gravity lower and make the whole chassis layout look cleaner. But yeah, I'm going to run the same motor mount as Lucy SCTE with a custom made mount plate and the brackets. Oh shit, for shocks, I'm going to go onto the rear end now. For shocks, I'm going to be going with HPI E-Savage shocks, not the Savage Flux or any of the Nitro models, but E-Savage. They're 145 millimeters, fully extended, and I think like 92, 95 or something like that. Full compression. These are the hot racing, like, axial SCX10, AX10 ones. These are just a little bit too short. I measured earlier. and then it won't give enough travel. Oh, it might get enough. I think it actually does give enough travel, but it doesn't sit at the top. It doesn't sit where I want it to sit to look scale. So I'm going to be going with those shocks. And as for the rear end, hopefully I'm going to be able to somehow get the RC 4-wheel drive hardcore rear axle and trailing arms. There's a guy trying to make them right now. I'm not going to go into that because that's his deal. I don't think he wants anybody to tell him about him right now, but yeah, hopefully he can get that worked out and get them machined, because I really, really want that rear end. It looks so scale. It's going to look amazing. It's going to look at least 15 times better than the Wraith rear end. This does not look like a trophy truck at all. It gets the right width and everything, but it just does not look scale. See what else. Receiver box is tucked in there nicely, right next to the servo. And the servo is going to lay down here on the chassis. I'm going to have a couple little posts to screw it into, and screw right into the chassis. Running the same motor system, the Castle Creations Mamba Max Pro SCT 2400 kilovolt. Very nice system. I think it's going to do great in this truck. And it should be plenty of power. It's really torquey. I can gear up if I need to. But oh yeah, for the battery mount, like Sycon XC did on his truck, his Fedor truck, not his recent Zeus one. He had these guys were actually thicker, and they're like, this part was like 2 inches tall. So he had the battery box sit on top, like right there. You could screw in right there. As you can see, mine aren't quite tall enough, so I'm gonna have to find. Sorry, I have to find. Jeez, my voice is cracking a lot today. I'm gonna have to find some angled aluminum pieces I can use, or like long stick of it I can cut up and use. But I think that's it for today, you guys. Stay tuned for more builds, or for more updates on the build. Hopefully the next one, maybe I'll have the hardcore rear end. It might be a few weeks, I don't know. This project is going to be kind of slow. I'm officially in my welding class now at my school. I learned to do oxyacetylene welding the last couple days. That's pretty fun. But hopefully I can learn to TIG soon, so I'll get some practice doing before I do the cage, because I'm going to need lots of practice before I do the cage. It's going to be pretty tricky doing a lot of the welds. A lot of them are in like tight spots, so I'm going to need plenty of time practicing with like rods and things before I do this one. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. See you.